Hello, this is a message for someone who feels like they have to, on a daily basis, fight for what they think is right in terms of someone or something else that they feel like they have to be a steward for or representative for. Okay, you feel like you're in a position where you have to speak for others. I don't know, people who are dependent on you, people who can't speak for themselves. I don't know, maybe they're pets, maybe they're elderly, maybe they're children. People who can't speak for themselves, people who can't govern their own lives, and you are in charge. And you feel like you have to do right by them. And that's extremely important to you. You feel very strongly about this. And yet it's a fight. And it's a fight because of some kind of external circumstance to you. So you feel, say it's a child, maybe you feel like you have to fight with the school about something with your child, defend your child, speak up for your child. Say it's an elderly parent, maybe you feel like you have to advocate for them with the doctor, or speak up for them where they're staying with their, I don't know, landlord or something like that. Okay, so you feel a sense of responsibility for not just this person's well-being, but you feel responsible that other people do right by this person. So you feel like you have to kind of go to war for them. And so what I'm sensing is a strong sense of opposition. So I'm not sure what this is about, okay? But I don't know, maybe they want your kid to do something at school that you don't agree with and your kid doesn't want to do. And you're like, I will fight for you to not have to do this if you don't want to do it, okay? Something like that. But it could also be like a pet who can't speak for themselves, but you're like, maybe your family thinks it's okay to leave the dog outside through the night when it's cold, and you're like, no, I think he should come in. Okay, so it could be any of those scenarios, but it's not just one issue. What I'm getting is that it's an ongoing, ever-growing list of issues that you have. So maybe say it's with an institution. You're starting to be like, maybe I can't take them to this school or this daycare or this whatever, this vet. I don't agree with the way they're constantly attempting to handle my pet, my child, my parent, my whatever. And so that's why it's an ongoing fight, because we fundamentally must disagree on our values on how to manage this. There's a fundamental disagreement. Yeah, like we are not compatible. That's where you're getting. You're getting to a point of assessing a sense of utter incompatibility with an institution or person, and it's all on the basis of how this dependent is being treated on a daily basis. Okay, so this is not a war you signed up for. This is not a fight you want to be in, but this is something you feel strongly, morally, like it's your duty to do. Okay, so you, what is the word? Begrudgingly. I don't know how to pronounce it. But I know the word. I could probably spell it. Basically, maybe I don't know. Anyway, you do it even though you don't want to do it, even though it's a pain in your butt to do it. You get up and like a trooper every day, you fight the good fight for this person that you care so much about, that is dependent on you, and that might not know any better, okay? Say it's like an elderly parent. Maybe they don't think their doctor is treating them poorly, but maybe you do, okay? And so you feel like you need to step in, or you need to make a fuss, is what I'm getting. You feel like you need to make a fuss at certain things for them to be treated with the sense of importance that they should be treated with. Because I'm getting a sense of you feel like certain things are treated too blasé. They're not treated with enough importance and care. And this really, it's like it touches some kind of wound in you. So what I'm getting is you must have gone through some sort of neglect in your childhood or just years ago that really shaped you. And this is reminding you in some way of that. Like, even if it's not conscious, it's hitting on that nerve, and you feel like, I need to advocate for this person the way no one advocated for me. So say maybe you had trouble at school growing up, and your parents never went there and spoke up for you or tried to get involved. So now you want to be the parent that does get involved and does speak up for their child, okay? So it's something like that. And so you feel like really burdened by this sense of having to battle, but it's a sense of duty. And here's what the message coming through is: you will never, not just never regret, but you will always be proud of yourself for fighting this good fight. And no matter how exhausted you are, no matter how exhausting it is, there are things that are worth the fight. There are things that are worth the damage that the fight brings, and this is one of them. So whenever you're having a hard time sticking to your guns, or remaining persistent, or going for it once again, because I'm getting this takes a lot of stamina. So whatever it is, it's like an ongoing issue that you have to ongoingly address, and you have to be alert, and you have to be on, and you have to be noticing, and you need to be calling people out on a regular basis, and it's fucking exhausting. And I'm here to tell you, I guess this is the good fight. You're doing the right thing. It is worth it. And even if this person is never capable of completely acknowledging and thanking you for it, you are contributing the best you could possibly contribute to their life, and in the process healing your inner child or inner young person who nobody did that for. So this is the best thing you could be doing. Keep fighting the good fight, and this won't be forever. What I'm getting is like, situations will evolve in a way that this is not forever, but you are going to have to fight for a while. So hopefully this was helpful.